Let's see. What's up, Josh? Evening, early afternoon. How's the audio sound? I'm playing around with some settings right now. What's up, Hawk? Sounds good? Okay, cool. Got a new mic right here. How's the... Okay, I think it's working now. I think I got it. Audio's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I figured we'd do a little quick stream here, test out the new camera, get the mic. AV good. All right, cool. Cool. What's up, Will? Awesome. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I've been messing around. I went live for like a hot second in horizontal, and I could not figure out how to fix it. I don't know what I was doing. I was all jacked up. How's everyone's Saturday going? Maybe good. I know it's a little bit of an early stream, probably 5 o'clock East Coast. It's 3 out here in Colorado, so we're early, but we're just gonna, have a few pours, test out the stream. Might be a quiet one for now, but figure we see how it's looking. It looks like the quality's pretty good. As long as AV and everything's sounding good, then I'm happy. Tater Dom, what's up, baby? What's going on? So we're gonna stick. We'll see how it goes, but we're gonna. Oh dang, we're gonna do some single malt Saturday. There's a lot of sediment in this one. Dang, looks like a little tornado in there. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. There's like a bunch of sediment rolling around. Watching the snowstorm. Oh, you guys are getting snow? Yeah, well, we're supposed to get, like, out here in Colorado, like 5 days of snow, I think, coming up. Like, it's about to be crazy. In, like, the last week, it's been, like, 70s, and it feels like it's been spring, Rava, I'm looking for... Nah. Thank you, Dom. Get him out of here. All right, so we're gonna start with little Stranahan's 12-year-old Mountain Angel, finished in a port wine cask. So coming out of here of Denver, Colorado. I got this one last year and I loved it. I thought it was so good. Thank you, Dom. Yeah, get that out of here. Oh, and this one I was worried because initially I think they released it at the distillery only, and then they started doing some distribution at stores, but I couldn't find it. And I just got lucky one day, walked into my local store, they had one on the shelf, and I was like, all right, I'll take it. Oh man, do you guys, Will, Josh, Dom, Hawk, do you guys like single malts? Not necessarily like more American single malt. Do you guys, you get down with those? Look at the back of this thing too. The branding is super cool on this thing. I love what they're doing with this. Oh man, it smells so good. So it's very sweet, almost chocolatey. Let's go in and try and make a buck, Tater. Hey, Will. He's got your back. Hawk, every now and then, yes, sir. Yeah, good. I always find like single malts go really well with a cigar, like an American single malt. Especially the Stranahan's ones. Like, you give me a good cigar with this, and man, I never drank much for single malt. Okay, yeah, I get that well. And that's, I think, with like American single malt, like what Kanan's talked about with like Brother Justice, really, really good stuff. I prefer like American single malts versus, Scotch and stuff like that. It's like, I've had many very American single malts. Jack Daniels, yes. Tater Dom, Jack Daniels single malt is phenomenal. I actually tried that with Kanan as well. He got it on base last year. And that thing was like strawberries, chocolate, banana. It was crazy, crazy good. I was shocked at how tasty that was. All right, let's go in for this bad boy. Oh, yeah. So good. Very chocolatey. I think it needs a little pickle juice, though. Hey, what's up, Alec? I'm at a loud bar, so can't hear the stream, but want to say hi, everyone. Subscribe to Joe's channel if you haven't. Don't have too much fun. Cheers. Hey, thanks for popping in, man. Have fun at the bar. It's good to see you. I know, Alec, I almost was going to text you and say, hey, if you're around, we going to throw you on the live, but I figured, I was like, it's probably dinner time out East Coast, so people are probably out. It's like, we'll do a few single malts, just a short little live tonight. Test this out. Oh yeah. So this one, I think this bottle was like 100. Will. There's a whole part. I might have to reveal like the bloopers. It was pretty unfiltered, I mean, the channel is, it's Joe Unfiltered, so I might just have to let it out what I was saying. Probably sounded like an idiot down here talking to myself, but man, I could bleep out some of what I said. Dickle and pickle. Yeah, that was so stupid. Oh, that was funny. What camera? So Hawk, this one is the DJI camera. So and primarily, I don't plan on doing any like bourbon hunting, anything like that. But like this summer and stuff, I want to be able to take it out and do some like hikes and stuff with it. Usually what I like to do if I go hiking, I usually will bring my Glen, and now that Justin hooked me up with this thing, throw my Glen in here, and I usually will bring like a 2-ounce pour of something. So once I get to like, the end of the hike or wherever we are, sitting out by a lake or something, whether I'm fishing or just hanging out, I want to be able to record some of that, just get some shots out there. I was even thinking, hell, like maybe, because you could actually live stream off of this. That was the one cool thing with this camera, so you can live stream off of it. I was like, maybe I'll even, we'll do a live at the top of a mountain or something, which would be really cool. Throw the mic on, get the hotspot going, and then boom, we can do a quick live stream, which would be super cool. It looks good? Okay, cool, yeah. So this is what Kanan uses. He uses the same camera for all of his videos and stuff. So it's a super, super nice camera. But it's just nice for portable, shooting. But I was reading that you can test it as a webcam. I know Kanan has done it. It's got a wireless mic. So I was like, hey, we'll give it a shot and see. And I mean, the screen is tiny, so I can't really see all that well. But the quality does look pretty good from what I'm seeing. Because I can't, with my like bigger camera that I've had for years, I can't get that one to format into like widescreen for phones and stuff. Actually, let me ask you guys, Hawk, Josh, Tater Dom, Will, do you guys typically watch on your phone or do you throw it up on your TV? Because I'm trying to figure out like what makes the most sense for lives going forward. Because I know a lot of like the whiskey tube people I follow will go live in horizontal, so it's easier to watch on your TV. I may do like when I went live with Whiskey Land this past Wednesday. I did horizontal with them, and I know a lot of folks do that. But I'm indifferent. Like I'm cool either way, But whatever you guys prefer, we can test it out. Phone mostly for short stuff. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, Hawk. Yeah. I mean, that's how I primarily, like, when Kanan goes live, when everyone else goes live, I primarily am watching it on my phone. Whether I'm, like, cooking or doing something, like, I can throw it on phone. Okay, yeah. So that way, this format here, this camera shoots better for phones. Okay, cool. I appreciate you guys letting me know. Hell yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, what are you guys hunting this year? Is there any bottle right now for 2025 that you guys are really after? I was thinking about that the other night, and I was like, I don't know if there's any that I really am hunting for this year. Like, I want the Jack Daniel's 14 year, if that is real. I know they've said. Looking like that guy that bullies people. Hey, hold up. All right. Hold up, Bernie. You look like the guy that bullies people who do the notice in Google. What a no. I have no idea what that means. Phone for now. Eventually, when I get a TV, I may Bluetooth it from a phone. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, Josh. Short style is way better to gain traction since people... Yeah, exactly, Hawk. I mean, that's the coolest part is you can get, just some new viewers and stuff. And because I'll scroll through different shorts and, I've seen people like out and about and streaming wherever they are and, out in the world. And it's kind of cool. You can just engage and meet some new people. Like we got Bernie in here. I haven't seen Bernie in here before, but, explain. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Will. What's that mean? Depending on what it means, Will might get your ass out of here. Explain yourself, Bernie. But yeah, going back to like the 2025 bourbons that I'm hunting for. Ow, what's up, baby? I know I'm early, real early today. Josh, all the unicorns at MSRP, so I probably won't get much. Yeah, I know, Josh. And that's what I'm like, unicorn-wise, between like, I appreciate that, Will. Between like Jack Daniel's 14, I'm sure they're probably going to do another cellar-aged. There's always the BTACs and stuff. And I'll be honest, like the last few years in BTAC, like the last good BTAC I remember having was like 2018. William LaRue Weller and George T were phenomenal, but I haven't been as impressed with like the later BTAC releases. They've just been okay, So I don't know. It's tough. Like I'll be curious to see. Like I'm more intrigued on like some of the single barrel stuff and just something different. Al, you got anything poured up? I know it's almost 4 o'clock our time. It's a little early, but we're was telling the guys that are in here right now, we're testing out just a new camera, a new mic and everything. So just seeing how this all works, how it all looks. I'm probably most anxious to find cellar age any year. Yeah. Well, I like both the 23 and the 24 I loved. And that it sounds, it sounds crazy, but I'd rather get like, that's probably one of my, like between Jack Daniel's 14 and cellar age, like I don't know what else. Like the cellar age is so good. I just love it. I have been most exclusive on a tequila kick lately. Haven't got any other bottles in 2 months or so. Yeah, Hawk, I get that, man. I get that. I do have a few tequilas behind me in my cabinet. I do like a good tequila. I've been on like, it's weird. Like now that I've been like trying more rums and my buddy Kevin dropped off some samples. He gave me like a 20-year rum. But I found some rums that are like super whiskey forward that I've been loving. And Hawk, I know you and I were talking about that. Like rums have been really impressing me. Like I feel like with whiskey and stuff, I still love whiskey. Like I'm never gonna, but it's been kind of fun to explore some different spirits. Overdid it for my birthday yesterday. Al, happy belated. That's right. I did see that. Happy belated birthday to Al. I'm glad you treated yourself well then. I hope you had some amazing pours. That's awesome. Will, staycation with the wife and daughter in downtown Houston, about to pour paper cup kosher wheat. There you go. Oh, kosher wheat is so good. I love kosher wheat. I love the whole kosher series, to be honest. Those are good. Like, when you can get them for MSRP, 40, 50 bucks, you can't beat that. Josh, looking for a couple tequilas now. What, Josh, which tequilas are you looking for? Anything specific? Hungry now. Happy late birthday. Yeah. Big happy birthday to Al, man. Glad he treated himself well. Oh, good. Thanks, Al. Glad the new picture's looking good. I know a couple times, you guys have all been in the streams where I look like a potato, I was like, man, I got to step my game up. Got to fix some things. So I'm glad it's looking good. Yeah, this is definitely like, at least from like the little preview I can see, it's small, but it looks like the quality hasn't been potato style. Yeah, this is good. 12-year Mountain Angel. Delicious. All right, we're actually going to crack another Stranahan's. Single Malt Saturday. This is the 2022 edition, Humboldt Peak from Stranahan's. My buddy was actually downsizing some of his whiskey collection. He hit me up and he was like, I got Special Reserve. I got the Humboldt Peak 2022 single malt. And he hooked me up. Like, I think he sold like 6 or 7 bottles to me for $200. This bottle alone right here goes for 120. And I was like, dude, like, you sure? And I kept asking him if I can give him a little more, and he's like, nah, man. He's like, take it for this. So I do want to crack this. I haven't opened this one up yet. Pixelation kept us wanting more. See, Will, they had that into what's behind the pixels, you know? All right, so Humboldt Peak 2022 single malt. Let me read this one. So this one is, I can't remember the finish. I remember I do like this one. So this one was a 9-year base whiskey with a collection of Cabernet Sauvignon casks. So they finished it there. A Caribbean rum, Oloroso sherry. So this is their 25th batch. Bottle number 3049. And I think this was, yeah, this is when Owen was still, I think, the head distiller. I think this was his last one, I believe. Grand Cava de Oro Extra Anejo and Don Valentin 12 year, 3 years in a bourbon. Oh, Josh, those both got to be nuts. Extra Anejo in a 12-year, 3 years in a bourbon cask. Woo! I would go crazy for that. Was in Cleveland last week, and the local pub had Stranahan's barrel pick that was surprisingly good. Okay, all right, Hawk, yeah. Yeah, some of those like single barrel picks can be really tasty. I mean, you know, I've had some Stranahan's that I just wasn't a fan of. I love the special releases like these. So I'm excited because I had this one. I think I had Humboldt Peak. It's probably been a year now since I've had it. So let's get this cracked open. Yo, what is up with my luck lately with these bottles, man? I said last time I'm gonna start pre-cracking bottles. These are these are getting ridiculous. All right, there we go. Get that out of here. All right, get that over here. 2022. Let me see. Looking for any? Oh yeah, there's a lot of. Looks like a lot of char in there. A lot of goodies. It's extra protein, baby. All right, here we go. Let me put it up close. Oh man, that smells like syrup. Oh man, you could smell the rum on there. Oh yeah, they had that thing on there tight, man. Dang. Oh yeah, that's where that syrupy note is coming from. It's definitely the rum on there. The sherry too, the sherry cask. It says vibrant red fruit and a gentle oak backbone. 94 proof. That's the only thing I wish their limited releases like this, I wish they proved them up to like 110. Which my buddy Mike, he got the Snowflake 2024 that we camped out for. He got I think it's a 350 milliliter bottle of Snowflake at cast strength, which I think was like 107 proof. So he is gonna graciously loan me that bottle so I can do a little review on it. And I cannot wait to try that because, like, give me a cask strength one of these, man, you know. Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff. I like what Stranahan's is doing. Let's see. Man, that tastes like a bourbon. Wow. That's so sweet. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. It's balanced, easy sipping. Really, really good. Ooh, that's gonna be. I'm gonna go to the 2024 next. I really want to see how the 2024 stacks up against this now. But man, 2022 is hitting right now. This is a fresh crack. I can't wait to see. When I last had this, I remember loving it because I hadn't had the 2022. I didn't start going to Snowflake until 2023. My buddy Mike was like, "You gotta start coming," and I had tried some of them previously, and I was like, "Eh." But now it's cool. It's been a whole event, and going this year with Philip and Kanan, Mike, the whole crew. Josh was there. It was super cool. What was I gonna ask? Oh, did you guys see? I don't know if you guys have been following. So Bruzel, of course. So Bruzel was at Cajun. So Cajun's got that's the primary like whiskey that they have, but Distillery Acadian. Bruzel went there and picked 2 of Philip's American single malt barrels, which was super cool. What's up, Ultra Fire? What's up, baby? DNA. Have you ever? I'm not going to try to say whatever that is. No, I don't think I've had that. What family or what spirit is that in? Or is it just its own? Is it like a liqueur? I don't know what that is. I'm interested though. But yeah, so Bruzel picked 2 American single malts from Philip at Distillery Acadian. So I was super shocked by that. It's his Bonvale single malt whiskey, which is super, super good. I bought a bottle. I think the first time I was there and brought that back. I went through that so quick because it was just so crushable. I ordered some more. I got more coming, but I want to do some more reviews and videos on those. But I was a little shocked because Bruzel typically doesn't like single malt. Like that's just not his thing, you know. So that was cool. Ultra Fire, how you doing, man? How's your Saturday going? Let's see this. Exactly, Al. Exactly. He is not a fan of single malt, but he loved Philip's single malt. I talked to Philip last night and we were chatting and he was like so shocked. You know, I was like, dude, I mean, his single malt is Josh, to your point, it's very bourbon forward. You still get a little bit of that maltiness in there, but it's so well balanced. To me, it's very much like what they're doing with like Snowflake. And it was his regular single malt. He's got a single malt that he finishes in wine cask, but it wasn't that. Cheers, man. You got anything poured up? I know it's kind of early. It's an early stream tonight. We were testing out the new camera. I wanted to see how things were looking. And I think Kanan might be going live tonight. So I was like, we'll do a quick one early. I want to tune in for that. I know he mentioned either yesterday or today. So I missed the last one because I freaking went live at the same. I was like, man, I didn't know they were doing the barrel pick. I didn't even see Patreon. I played myself. And so had some time. My family's sick, so I'll probably get sick. So I figured, hey, get a little whiskey in me. You know, maybe that'll help kill off any bugs that maybe come about. This one's good. 2022 Humboldt Peak, man. But that's the thing. So like, why? Another reason I was talking about it, I got this camera. Is I would love to go do a hike, go up to either Red Cloud Peak, Humboldt Peak, bring this bottle with me, and pour up. I'm saying if I can get service at the top of a mountain, if I get lucky, do a little live stream. How badass would that be? Do a live stream off the camera at the top of a mountain with y'all, you know, throw the mic on, sipping some whiskeys. Man, that'd be a good time. That'd be cool. Finish off this bottle of Basil Hayden. Won't be buying anymore. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I won't lie though. Like in my like whiskey journey, I was big into Basil Hayden. I'm not gonna lie. Like when Toasted came out, I was like intrigued. Toasted was I think like 2020. But yeah, I was super into some of the Basil Hayden stuff, but I can't really do it anymore. Not a fan. But it's good like entry level. Like if you're just starting out in whiskey. I mean, I can't. It's not good to me now, but I won't knock anyone who does enjoy it. Isaiah, what's up, man? First time here. What's going on? We're just kind of hanging out. Right now, so collect whiskey. A lot of the community that you see in here, we all indulge and have some whiskey. We're not really trying to get drunk, you know, but just have a good time, chill, chat, hang out. I have a bunch of bottles. I don't go through all of them in one stream, but today we're sticking with our American single malt whiskeys and kind of talking about what we get on the palate, nose, you know, just exploring the spirits, you know, different spirits and whiskeys, whether it's rum, tequila, but primarily whiskey. But appreciate you popping in and chatting, man. First time here won't be the last, bro. Great group. Yeah, that's right, Will. Seriously, like the best group. Like it's, you know, is that a single barrel Penelope in the back? It is. Wait, oh, actually, no, it's not. I do have one upstairs though. The Penelope that I think you're seeing is this one. This is the 9-year estate. So, but I do have the 10-year single barrel upstairs Penelope. I don't have a store pick. Right now, I don't have a store pick Penelope single barrel. I finished my last one last year. I do need to get another one of those though. Isaiah, do you drink whiskey? I'm assuming you do just based on that. Saying you got a single barrel Penelope, I mean, yeah. I do love Penelope though. Penelope is one of my favorite whiskeys. And that was really like since the beginning when they first came out. I think that was what, 2018, 2019. I was all in. Like even when their stuff was like young MGP, I was all in on Penelope. Awesome, Isaiah. You have a favorite? Like, do you like, you know, today we're doing American single malt, so we're drinking a lot of Stranahans right now, but I do like a lot of bourbon, ryes, you name it, I probably have it. I do have some Irish. I have some scotches as well that I've been trying to get into, Japanese whiskeys, but do you have a favorite type? Man, that rum on this one is still, I just can't believe how rum forward it is. Yeah, I agree, Isaiah. Because now it's like Penelope just has that leg up now. I thought they always had a good selection of you know, the barrels they were getting and the juice they were getting. But now being part of the MGP family, it's like MGP can now give them the best of the best. I cracked my Penelope Tokai last night. Everyone loved it. Oh, man, I love the Penelope Tokai. Al, when they first released that bottle, I was lucky enough to get one. I just got it at a random store. Picked it up, cracked it, and that thing, like, it just was so, it reminded me of, like, if you made, like, a sweet rye bread, because the Tokai obviously has such a sweet finish to it. I love everything about it. So good. I picked up an E.H. Taylor barrel proof and a single barrel Penelope. Oh, man, congrats, dude. E.H. Taylor barrel proof. I've not, out of all the years since, like, 2018 to now, I have never found an E.H. Taylor barrel proof. A lot of my buddies have gotten them, so I've been able to drink it and try it, which I love. But I've never got lucky enough to get one. It's crazy. Loved it. My tops are in any order: Wild Turkey, Jack Daniel's, Sagamore, Evernorth. Josh, man, I gotta get myself up on some Evernorth. I'm part of the Patreon, but I'm in one of the lower groups. So by the time like it opens up for everyone, I usually miss out. But I know they got some drops coming up. I'm gonna see. I might pay up and see if I can get something. I want to get a Essence or something. What's up, DNA? Where you're from. Isaiah, we're, so myself and Al, we're out here in Colorado. Where are you from, Isaiah? Oh, DNA, man. I don't know what, I don't think I've had that, I don't think I've had that tequila before, so I don't know if I could speak to that. Crystal Head vodka, that, man, that is, I'm not a big vodka guy. I have had that in a cocktail before. That was a headache the next day. My favorite vodka, though, I'd probably say is the JT Melik. I think it's a rice vodka out of Louisiana. That one's really good. What's up, Reese? I've never had a whiskey over Benjamin. Okay. Never. Not even at a bar? I mean, and you know what, man? Like, honestly, I respect that because I think there's so many, like, especially right now, and I think that's why the whole bourbon boom and stuff, so many whiskeys that they're asking for like $100 or more now. I mean, these bottles I'm drinking right now are 120, and it's tough because it's like, are they good? Yes, but have I had better that's under $100? You put a block, absolutely. Like, there's no doubt, So I've definitely scaled back. Like, I used to be all in. Like, it'd be like, oh, 130, 140, 50, do it. But now I'm kind of like, there's so many bottles that are under under $100 that are great. How about Guard? I haven't had Guard DNA. I'm curious. So if you got any good recommendations, I mean, right now I'm in this, like, I'm enjoying, like, I was talking about it earlier. I do love whiskey, but it's been kind of fun exploring some new spirits, whether it's tequila or rum and stuff. So I'm always open to try some new things. Florida representing. No. Oh, man, I wish I could. I might start putting some of these down. No. I understand that, Reese. I get that, man. Yeah, I don't know where. I mean, and that's the hard thing, Reese, is like everyone's like, because I'll say things too, like it's truly part of, like, I like to cook. So it's like I've always, like, growing up and stuff, I always like to cook. So I'd be trying different things and making stuff, exploring new recipes and stuff, or, whether it was baking, whatever it was. So I picked up a lot of notes from that, whether it was watching cooking shows or videos, and then I'd try to make something. So I still like to cook some crazy stuff sometimes. So that's where, like, it's helped my palate at least pick up different weird flavors. But it just kind of came with time. I agree. Like, when I, first was starting off, man, I couldn't pick up any damn flavors. Like, this one to me, like, if I, this one is finished in a rum, a wine cask, and Oloroso sherry. I get a lot of, like, syrupy notes on it, but very much like that sweet vanilla rum finish on there for sure. Yeah, DNA, no, I don't know about that one though either. That one I do not know. Yeah. I think the extent of, like, my tequila collection, I have Arete, I have some of the Fortaleza, I have a bottle of Lalo, which I love. I need to buy a high proof one. I need to get a bottle of Tequila Ocho. I heard really good things about that. And then I have a really good Mezcal. Gosh, I forget which one it is though, the brand. I actually got it at Security, Al. I think you might have been there when I got it. But it's a small bottle, and, like, I can't remember the name of it. I got it upstairs. But super good. Ooh, Josh, I haven't had that one, man. I love Baker 7. I actually haven't seen the high rye. I'm sure it's probably been around, but I haven't seen the Baker 7 high rye nearby. So it's pretty good. How much did you get it for, Josh? Tequila Ocho, yeah, Hawk. It is so good. So freaking good. I know. Al knows his tequila. Al, what was that bottle? Was it is it Tears of Llorona? I probably butchered that. Is that the bottle? I did get to try a sample of that, and that was nuts. I know it's expensive, but that was a really good tequila. Does James have it? Okay, that's good to know. Oh, dude, Reese. Yes, totally agree with you. So I have, I'll lean back so you guys can see. So like I have all these bottles, right? My cabinet here as well. I got all these bottles. Every one of them is open. The only ones that are not open are maybe one or two backups of ones that I really, really love. But I open everything. Like I just cracked this one right now. Like I cannot, you come over, you have a pour with me, you want anything, like there's no, even if it's getting low, whether it's a BTAC bottle, something hard to get, $350 bottle, whatever, you can have it. Like it's very much like if it's open on my shelf, even the backups, it's like I've opened a couple single barrels and I'm just like, screw it, let's see how they compare, But I can't stand that. Like and I know so many people who just buy and just sit on them and hold them. I'm like, what? Like, I want to drink it. I want to know. I want to taste it. And I share it a ton too, I love to share. So, I'm already ultra fire. Let's go. Yeah. Anything on my bar is open. It's anything you want to have. So yeah, we did a big barbecue over the summer and, it was like, yeah, let's crack into anything. We went through one of the, Willet purple tops and crushed it, let's see, both Baker 7 and the 7-year rye are, and the high rye 74. That's a good price. That's a great price. My last Bakers I think I got, was last year. I picked up 2 last year. China-made copy of Moonshine Sales is original. On that note, do you guys know of any, so like I've had Japanese whiskey. Are there any good Chinese whiskeys? I really want to try some. If there are any that are really worth going after. I'd like to do some videos on those. I was talking to my friend about it, actually. It's weird timing that you said that. Mallow, I was just thinking, I was like, does China have any whiskeys? My friend's actually going to be going to China. And I told her, I was like, if you go there and you see any that are good, grab me some. Is the resale worth it? I don't know. I don't do any of a lot of people I know will flip bottles and resell them. I just don't have the time to go and, I'm sure I could, but I don't know. But I mean, people who do it, I respect the guys who do it in a way that's fair to everyone, whether it's trading, so yeah, I have no issues if you resell it, but as long as you're not being an asshole about it or anything, as long as you're, kind of, if all benefit for the whiskey community. I buy and hold, I don't drink. So DNA, you buy them, but you're not drinking them? Do you resell them? Sake, yeah. Do they consider sake? No, that's just a rice spirit, right? Never heard of any, but I'm sure they do. Never seen a Chinese whiskey. Yeah. I haven't either. I was curious. Just the other day, I was talking about the different regions and stuff. And Philip and I've been talking about just regional whiskeys and different types of whiskeys and some of those crazy ideas. The pickle one, that was Philip's idea. All right. I'm not the crazy psycho one. He actually gave me, I have a whole list of them that he sent me. I told him, I was like, I'm going to put you in the comments, man. It's not on me. I'm not the crazy one. It's a rice wine. That's right, Will. Yeah. Rice wine. Okay. I have more than I can ever drink in my collection, but I think that's the fun of it. I really only drink with people. Yeah, I agree, Isaiah. That's the thing is I've mostly now it's I'll either have some pours during a live stream, if Kanan's live and stuff. If I'm watching a movie or something, I'll grab a pour of something. Yeah, I primarily am mostly drinking socially, I guess, in a sense, stuff like this. Let's see. Nope, just collecting. Okay, DNA. Do you have will you go to bars and drink them, or do you just collect just to have them? You got me curious now. I mean, if you're not reselling them, are you saving them for special occasions? I have one buddy that love them to death. but he's got some bottles that I know he wants to save. And I'm like, okay, if you're saving them for special occasions, by all means, do your thing, you know. But that's why I love to crack them, share them with people, the social aspect, Isaiah, just like you said, man. I mean, that's what it's all about. The people part, you know. Any rosé advice, any rose advice on bottles? I've heard they are good. Oh, are you talking about Penelope rosé? On bottles, I've heard they are good. I do. If you are asking about Penelope rosé, to me personally, I love Penelope rosé. It is very sweet, but I think if you're looking for like a good MGP bottle I think they're what, $50 now? 100%. Like, I think they're great in cocktails, great sipping. I do love rosé. How much do you think you would have invested in your collection? Ooh, that's a good question, Ultrafire. So I've been using the Only Drams app, and I think I've gone through like a quarter of my collection so far. I try to buy my stuff at MSRP. I usually don't like to overspend. So almost all my bottles, there's maybe been a couple. Like I bought a Rock Hill one time for $200. But if I can get all of mine for MSRP, if I had to guess, and I've been collecting since, collecting and opening, and, that's why I have 300 something bottles. It's ridiculous. But since like 2018, over that period, I probably have at least like $15,000 to $18,000 probably, which sounds nuts to think about that over 5 years, but I feel like it's not bad over 5 years, I'd be curious to know, Al, I'd love to hear from you too, but what's up, Chris? For Four Roses, Reese, yes, I love Four Roses, especially their new single barrels. It's a red label. They're good. I think they could be a little less than $50. But I do love Four Roses. They're great. Good time for a live. Hey, I know we're doing a little early today because I think Kanan's going live tonight. So I figured, hey, we'll get on here a little early and, do something before dinner time, at least out here. I love Four Roses. What does everyone else think? Like for Four Roses, like I think they're great. That was one of the whiskeys, like their barrel proofs, that I really got into. I know Al won't say how much he thinks he's got in his collection. Who's got a crazy collection? I don't think he's in here, but Josh Hopkins, dude, that guy's collection is nuts, and he's got a ton of open stuff. But I'd be curious. I wonder how much he's got. Probably twice as many as I do, at least. But his are like crazy bottles. Yep, Four Roses was my first product I ever tried that was a single barrel. Yeah, their regular single barrels, like I thought they were great. That was one of my first whiskeys that I had purchased. I remember, I think I had just got my first Blantons, and I was like so let down by it. I was like, let me pick up a Four Roses single barrel. And that was like 2019, early 2019. I used to drink whiskey before that, but never like neat and stuff like I am now. What's the notes on the single? It's about 50. So the note on I got here, let me grab them. I'll show you which ones I got. So if you see them at the store. So these are the two here. Let me get this out of the way. These are the two here. This is the OESK and this is the OESO. This one is baking spice, mellow oak, tea leaves, and caramel. This one is rich red fruit, vanilla, brown sugar, delicate oak. I remember when I did these the other night, I liked this one better than this one. The tea leaves came through too much to me on this one. So it was just, it was okay. But I do think they should be around $35 to $40, 605, I quit drinking 10 years ago. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Like, if, you decide not to, take time off and stuff. But yeah, I never knock anyone who doesn't drink. Like, I get it. I mean, we all know, everyone here, like, it's you gotta respect and do it in moderation. You know, you have some nights where you maybe have a little too much, but regularly, yeah. So, but respect to you. 10 years is awesome. That's crazy. Well, OESK is the only one I liked. Oh, so you like the oh, dang, Al, so you like this one more. I like this one more. Isaiah, I don't have a Discord. I might set one up in the future, though. I mean, I'm so, like, channel's small right now, you know, so we're growing and stuff, but I may set one up. That might be a good idea. I missed the OESO release, but I haven't heard any notes on it yet. Blanton's juice is mad. I still want a 1.75. John, that would be badass. A 1.75 liter Blanton's, like big old grenade size glass, like that'd be super cool. Let me see. Until now, yeah, I still haven't picked them up, the new single barrels yet, but probably won't for a bit since I splurged and got the K-Luke's. Oh yeah, Chris, I know you said you got those K-Luke picks that Minnick did. Ordio. Was that on the bottle? Was it this Reese that you were talking about? Like the top there? That's just so up at the top. Yo, Will, what's up? I mean, some people may think whiskey. I got friends who hate whiskey, so yeah, you can consider it butt water. Hey, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, OESO. So these are just the different recipes. So the way Four Roses does it, they make a number of different recipes. So do they list it on here? It's not on here, but it's just a different, you know, how much is, you know, corn and all the different mashes in there. Yeah, Will. Butt water was crazy. What's up, Cody? Thanks for popping in. I've recently started neat drinking. What do I need to try? $60 and less. I'd love to hear from the chat too. For $60 and less, if you're just starting to drink neat, I would say any of the, so I wouldn't say these Four Roses single barrels, but the beige label, those are really good neat. $60 or less. Cody, do you like proof? Like how hot of, like, do you enjoy higher proof whiskey, lower proof whiskey? Like, what's your preferred proof point? That may change it. Will, do you drink whiskey? Will McNew? Do you drink whiskey or no? Do you actually think it's butt water? I'm curious. Yeah, Ultrafire Buffalo Trace is a great one to sip neat. I would say, what else would be good? Buffalo Trace. Elijah Craig, like toasted, I think is a good one. Those can be in the $7. Yeah, about $50 for those. Another good one. Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. That's a really good one. Usually like $50-$60. That's a really, really good one. What's up, TBB? Going to look. Yeah, TBB. Yeah, if you like some proof, Old Granddad is phenomenal. I always keep that on the bar. Buffalo Trace. What is the OBSF? So OBSF. That's just one of the different recipes. I don't have that one. That one I couldn't find. So OBS. I don't care for the lower stuff. If there's flavor to cover. If there's flavor to, okay. Don't care for the lower stuff. Okay. So yeah. So you probably like then somewhere like Old Granddad. I mean, like TBB said, that's a great one. I mean, if you're looking for some flavor, I love the Old Granddad bottles. Old Granddad Bonded, Chris, underrated. That doesn't get enough love. I love that bottle. Josh, Rare Breed is also really good. I only had one bad batch of Rare Breed. I think it was just an anomaly. The other ones I've had are great. Super good. And those are always like $50. But yeah, I mean, something cheaper, Buffalo Trace, especially if you can get a single barrel, those can be really good. Any of, like, I would say Penelope, let me think, under $60. The Penelope weeded, it didn't really, I thought it was a good weeded whiskey. It didn't like blow my socks off, but I thought if you're going to drink something neat and get into a wheated whiskey, that was a good one. It's $40. That's a really good one. Let's see. No, trying to like gin. Will McNew, no, trying to like gin and rum. Okay, yeah. Will, I've been getting into some rum. I don't like gin, but I've been trying to get into some rums lately, and I've had some rums that have been really impressive. So I'll sip on some of those. Let's see. I'm drinking Rebel 100. Can't go wrong. Yeah, Rebel 100 is delicious. I love the Rebel stuff. I think I still have a bottle of that somewhere. But I love Rebel. Super good. I always recommend Double Oak. Oh, Hawk, that's a good one. I forgot about that one. Woodford Double Oaked, phenomenal. If you're looking for some sweet, not a whole lot of burn, that's a great one. Damn, I always sleep on that one too. The Jim Beam 7 years, a hell of a steal for $16 in my area. Oh, I don't think I've had the 7-year Jim, Chris. OGD bonded for life. Yeah, TBB. I mean, you start talking about if you can only have one whiskey for the rest of your life, there's, that's in the conversation. Chris, I drink that. That is a great one, Chris. Yeah. Maybe I'll pick a bottle up. I don't think I've had that. I mean, $16, that's not bad at all. Any of the benchmarks, yeah, Chris, that's a good one too. Benchmarks are great. I wish we had more of the selection here in Colorado. Blade and Bow, Will. So I used to be big into Blade and Bow when they first came out. I haven't had Blade and Bow in a long time. I have a bottle in my cabinet, but I need to go back and visit that. Because I remember I really liked it because it had like a milk chocolate note that I thought was delicious. The benchmark lines are all under 25, and to me it's a good series to start people off with to see what the effects can be done with the final result. Yeah, 100%. That's a good starter. Yeah, that was a great question, Cody. I mean, it's always, fun, and if you ever pop back in for a future live, you'll have to let us know what you got into. What's up, Thomas? Good to see you back. Cheers. Happy Saturday. Chris, we don't have the benchmark. I know. Yeah, Al, it's such a bummer. Anytime I go to any of the states, Louisiana, Texas, that's when I stock up on my benchmarks. Woodford Double Oak Slip. TPV. Woodford Double Oak Slip with my wife. Hey. It's a good bottle. We cracked the Woodford Double Oaked. How was the double? Yeah, Al, I want to see what you thought. I love the double. It is pricey. I thought it was really good though. It was rich, a little bit of a funk. It's nice to have one-on-one. Yeah, awesome, Cody. I agree. Yeah, this whole community in here. Like, I'm in Louisiana, so oh yeah, Cody, grab those. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to hang out, and we have such a great community in here, so it's everyone's willing to help, and kind of give you a great range of recommendations of stuff to try. Yes, Al, 100%. I wish the proof was higher. I agree. If you put that at 107 proof, I think it would be just right. That would have been perfect. What do you do with the bottles that you've opened and didn't? Oh, Reese, great question. And it's weird. This is weird. Like the timing of everything, talking about Chinese whiskey and all this stuff. I was just talking to my wife about this. I have so many bottles that I've opened over the last 5, 6 years, however long it's been, that I just don't care for anymore. So a lot of times all my friend groups, I will text them and say, hey, not a big fan of this bottle. I've had it for a while. Do you want it? Kanan's taken, so whiskier. He's taken some of my bottles I haven't liked that he liked. My buddy Mike. So I always try to do that, give it to my friends first. If they are not interested, I will do an infinity barrel. I will try to take a whole bunch of whiskeys that maybe just were not good, blend up a whole bunch. It's very rare that I will dump a whiskey. I think I've maybe done that twice, dump it down the drain. Because I don't want to waste it, someone may like it. So cocktails are great, stuff like that. But I've made infinity bottles where, let them kind of nestle together for a little while, blend them up. Great in cocktails. And yeah, that's a good one, TPB. Hot toddies, that's perfect. Yeah, Al, I totally agree though. I just wish Wish the proof was higher in that double oak. And I wish it wasn't $200, you know. Thomas, I need to get a JT Millet cast drink bottle. Can't even find one online. Oh man, Thomas, yeah, those are so good. So freaking good. They are hard to come by too, because they usually sell out pretty quick. %, Joe. Anytime I don't like a bottle, I'll know it's time to host a bottle share and get rid of it fast. Yeah. I think, I'm trying to remember the last bottle that I drain poured. It's probably been years, to be honest. What did I drain pour last? Man, I don't know if I even remember what I drain poured. Let's see. I've milked my most recent. Yeah, Reese, 100%. Some of those pure corn whiskeys are just good for your car. Yeah, use it as gas. You're right, Reese. You know who makes a really good corn whiskey? Our very own Al Gordon in here. I still have a little bit of his whiskey left, but I did a review on it early on in the channel. That whiskey was so good. But I've had some like pure like corn whiskeys. There was one from Law's Distillery here in Colorado that was like, whew, it was hot. Wasn't very well balanced in my eyes. All right, we're pouring up we're kind of staying in the Snowflake family here, but we're going with the 2024 Red Cloud Peak bottle here. Let me see. What's your most favorite weeded bourbon? Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh. Favorite weeded bourbon. I'm going to answer it in two ways. My favorite weeded that I've ever had was, it sounds like, I hate saying it because it just sounds so like cliche, but it was the 2018 when I tried the 2018 William Lou Weller back in, I think I tried it in 2019. I had it at a bar and it sucked because it was like $60 for a 2-ounce pour, but my buddy came with me, we split it, so $30 each. That was like a life-changing whiskey. It's like one of my top 5, hands down. So that is like out of reach. If you're talking just like anything you can get on the shelf, I would say, I mean, Green River Weeded is really good. If you can find it, Weller Special Reserve, just like the green label. I mean, it's not the most complex, but I think that one's super tasty. And then, honestly, the Penelope, the newest release from Penelope, the Penelope Weeded, that's like $40. I think that one's a great one that, you know, it didn't blow my socks off. I think I was expecting more from it. If you take me back 6 years when I was first really getting into whiskey, I'd probably really enjoy it, to be honest. I probably would have loved it. But what about you? Do you guys have a favorite weeded bourbon or expression that you guys like? Even living in Louisiana, it's hard to get really, really good picks from JT because they sell out so dang fast. Yeah, they've just gotten that reputation now, you know? Chris, you probably heard the news about, you probably saw everything with Distillery Acadian, right? And Bruzel going there. Did you see that Bruzel picked the Bonvale, the single malt, which was a shocker. I talked to Philip yesterday, but yeah. So I'm rocking the shirt, you know, representing for Louisiana. Got to represent for Philip, one of the best dudes I've ever met. I've heard the toasted barrels are phenomenal. Yeah, Reese. Some of the toasted barrels, and that's a really cool method of like how they char the barrels. Like they will take a barrel and toast it for, I think the longest I had heard was like 2 hours. There's probably some doing it longer than that, but it's just a very low flame. And I think that is, it just pulls out so many good flavors. Cody, JT is, if you're in Louisiana, it's a JT Mellick. I'm going to hold this bottle up so you can see. So this is the bottle. You probably have seen it before. So that's all over Louisiana if you're down there. They are kind of near Lafayette. That's where their distillery. They're kind of out by like Karen Crow area. But they have a number. They have like a high proof, which is like a lighter blue label. This is their cast strength. So when Thomas was talking about that cast strength that he couldn't find, it's one of these. This was Kanan, his whiskey pick right here. But these are really good. It's 100% rice whiskey, but it's not. So it's not a bourbon, but it doesn't, like, you'd think maybe it tastes like a sake or something. It doesn't taste like a sake at all. Here's the back of the bottle. It tastes like a wheated bourbon. Super, super good. But yeah, so this is the bottle. In Louisiana, you could find these picks. I mean, they sell out quick, like Chris said, but when you can find them, pick them up. Like, this one's 126 proof, so this one smacks for sure. But it's good, really, really good. I love some JT Mellick. Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff. Yes, I saw that. Southern Star Paragon cast strength wheat is my favorite. I haven't had that, Thomas. Southern Star Paragon. I don't know if we get that out here. I've never seen that before. Curious on what that is. Is that out of Texas? I'm assuming Southern Star. Could be wrong. May have to go to the Spillway event to get their picks plus all the other stuff. Yeah, Chris, I'm still looking at the calendar and stuff because I'll be doing some picks in Kentucky, and I think that weekend prior is the Spillway event. So I was talking to Philip about like trying to get out there beforehand. I don't know if I'll be able to make it work, but I'm trying to see if I can make the calendar happen because that would be fun. I heard the Spillway event is a great time. Okay, so Cody, you're about 45 minutes from there. You should, if you're 45 minutes from there, you should be able to find it at your liquor stores then. I think they're distributed all across Louisiana. I know they were just at in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. JT Mellick was doing a whole tasting there, for folks there. Yeah, Al, that pick is so good. So good. Spicy, yeah, it's a hot one. What's your most expensive bottle and were you satisfied? Oh, okay, yeah, Reese. So my most expensive bottle that I have was the suggested retail price from the distiller was $350. It is a Willet purple top. It was a single barrel pick from one of my stores that I frequent all the time. $350. Here's the thing though. So my buddy had got a bottle. He let me try it. And it blew me away. And I always had said I would never spend over $300 for a bottle until I tried that bottle. That bottle is in my top 5 whiskeys of all time. It's 9 years old, 134 proof, so it's a hot one. But Al's had it. Al's got to try it. That one to me is just, it's spicy. It's up there with like the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, just those high, heavy hitters. That was the only bottle that I would splurge and probably, buy a couple of. I mean, it sounds crazy, but if I could do it and I had the money, I'd say, yeah, I'd do it again for sure. It's good. Loved it. What region you from, Cody? North Carolina, huh, Thomas? Interesting. Southern Star from North Carolina. I'll keep an eye out for that. That's interesting. You can definitely find the regular and high proof. Maybe not the picks, though. Yeah, picks can be hard. But yeah, the high proof is great. The Willet purple top stuff with my wife. Hey, TPB, that bottle slept with me, man. That bottle, woo! I get hot and bothered over that one. Okay, so Chris, I haven't had anything from Rare Character. I haven't tried their regular line. I haven't had Brook Hill. I saw the Fortuna, whatever the name is on that one. I saw that at a liquor store and it was like $200, and I was like, "There's no way." I do want to try Rare Character because I've heard they're doing some amazing sourcing. That's right, TPB. But yeah, I do want to try some of their stuff. I don't know what is the Brook Hill line a little more affordable? I'm not going to try to pronounce that, Cody. Not being from Louisiana, I will butcher that. Marksville, I can say that. Okay. This one smells like red berries, like I'd say raspberries, a little blackberry, and like blueberries. Yeah, Chris, isn't that crazy? I couldn't find it. Like it was, they had one bottle for $200, and I didn't think it was that much. Ah, it's their most exclusive line. Okay, that's good to know. Oh yeah, I like the 2022, but the 2024 is better. That's still, I'd wait in line. I waited in line for this bottle I got in line at like 3 or 4 a.m., which I still question, like, was it worth it? This bottle, yes. Past bottles, not so much. But this one, hell yeah. So good. I appreciate all. I see we got 10 likes in here. I appreciate everyone liking the video. Thank you. Didn't even notice that. Well, I think so far I'm looking at the camera. Looks like it's all looking good, so it's working well. Battery looks like it's doing well. Mic is hanging in there. I'm telling you, I've already said it. I want to try to do a stream like this at the top of a mountain this summer. I will make it happen. I'm going to be on top of a mountain. Everyone gets a pour. We all kind of hang out, you know. Take it in. Rare character hasn't hit in our neck of the woods yet either. Okay. Yeah, I know a couple stores here have gotten picks, Chris, of rare character. So they're starting to show up. The lighting is nice. Thank you, TPB. Thank you. And I got a light. I got like a ring light right here that helps. It's on like 10%. It's super, but it's still crazy bright. And then I got my my lights behind me, and then I can change these up. Let me change them real quick. So I can go red. I can go green. You can change them individually too, but I like to mess around and do different things. So yeah, these have been fun though. Making a party in here. Maybe we'll go green for a little bit. We'll go all green. Just those little things, you know. Amazon. Get some cool goodies. For cheap too. Man, that's nice. Is everyone ready for the Super Bowl? Anyone got anything going on tomorrow for the Super Bowl? We usually keep it low key, cook a bunch of food, but hang out. But I don't have any, like, I'm either team. Like, I don't have any, you know, dog in the fight. But I'm hoping it's a good game. That's all I want. Good game. Which I know it will be. Man, that green's kind of crazy looking, huh? It's a really bright green. Fortuna intrigues me the most because each bat has a different profile and they're all blended to try and replicate vintage profiles. That's cool, Chris. Oh, man. Now that you said that, that makes me want to go buy that $200 one. Because I love, like, a good vintage. I love Dusties. Like, I collect those decanters. Oh, man. I might have to go check and see which one it is then. Shoot you a message, and you have to tell me if it's one worth buying then. What's a bottle that you thought was low-key but surprised you? Ooh. That's another... Reese, you got some good questions, man. That's a really good question. Okay, actually, that's a really good one. Low key that surprised me was this one. Where is it? Hold on. This bottle right here. This is also from the Willet Distillery. Pure Kentucky. It is, I believe, $50 for this bottle. I had got this bottle, and I will honestly say, like, outside of the Willet Purple Tops, I have not liked any of the other Willet products. I've not been a fan of them. Pot Still, they're rye. I thought they were nasty. Just not worth having on the bar. But this bottle here, I might actually pour this up next. This one blew my mind. I thought for $50-something, like, well worth it. So this is, yeah, Pure Kentucky XO. Here's the back label here, so you can see it. Super, super good though. So yeah, this is one that surprised me. So this is billed bottled in Kentucky, and it's all made by Willet. So sometimes they would source. I think they still might source, but this one's all their own distillate. That's a good question, though. Really good question. Living in Michigan, it seems we're the last to get any new releases. Man, yeah, that's crazy, Thomas. I know I've heard the Bourbon Junkies talk about that. Sometimes it's tough to get, some of the new releases, and a lot of people have to send stuff in for them to review it. Full line of Willet products coming in Michigan. Oh, perfect timing then. Shoot, I didn't even see that. So I'd say, Thomas, if you got the full line coming, pick up this bottle then for sure. Give it a shot. Like if you like, to me, it's like it gives you the sweetness from Buffalo Trace. It gives you a little bit of the funk from like Wild Turkey. Very well balanced, just so good. Oh, yeah, Will, that's right, man. We were talking about that in the last live, dude. Yeah, man, you got to get this bottle. TPP, let me see. Folks in Grand Rapids, big fan of Mammoth whiskey. I want to try Mammoth. I do want to try that. I got to go eat dinner with my wife. We'll sleep with Eagle Rare. All right, TPP, cheers, man. Have a good night. Enjoy your dinner. You don't want your wife sleeping with the Eagle Rare. Ain't no way. Cheers. I revisit. Yeah, well, you got to go back to it. Go back to it, man. 200, a steep increase. MSR. Oh, it is only $75 to $100, Chris? All right. I might have to tell that liquor store then. They probably know since they only got one bottle. They're trying to play me, man. It's just been sitting there, too. I might maybe ask them, like, hey, 110. Work with me. I know your cost was not anywhere over 100. It's a little pure Kentucky. Reese, since you were asking about it, let me go back to it right now. We'll see how this bad boy's hitting. But this is a one that I remember. Like I was like, why did I sleep on this bottle? Bushwood Long Ball Bourbon surprised the hell out of me, and I wish I could find it again around 70. I haven't. Where's that from? Bushwood Long Ball? I don't think I've had that. My wife picked up Noah's Mill for... Oh, yeah. Thomas, I agree, man. Noah's Mill is not... All right, Reese, I got you. I will. Noah's Mill from Kentucky, I wasn't impressed. Yeah, I don't like Noah's Mill. That's what I'm saying, Thomas. Like, so much of the Willet stuff is so hit or miss. Between this and the Willet Purple Tops, which are crazy expensive, but this bottle being affordable is the best one I've had. 100%. Raging Cajun, what's up, baby? Welcome in, man. Little early stream tonight because I think Kanan might be going live. All right, so Reese on the nose on this one. To me, it smells like a sugar cookie. If you take a sugar cookie, put like a little bit of salt on it, like it's kind of sweet and salty, kind of like a scone. There's a little bit of like a grain, like you can smell like the some of the corn, like the mash on there. But it's very light. It's not overpowering at all. Oh, the nose is great though. It's very sweet. You don't smell any ethanol. There's no burn on it. The proof on this one, I always forget. What is this one? This one is 107 proof, which I think is perfect. Oh, man. Yeah, this tastes so much like the Purple Top I have, but just at a lower proof and not as complex. So on this one, you get some of that sweet corn grain, very, very sweet. There's a little bit of raspberry, some brown sugar, and like a toasted kind of caramel note that I get on the palate. Like toasted caramel, or you could say like, what is it? The creme brulee, where they put that sugar on top and they burn it. That's the note you get on the finish. There's no burn to it, smooth. That's phenomenal. Like it's so good. It reminds me of so many different things, and like just from the nose to the palate. Like I might, you know what, Reese, what I might do now, I think you just inspired me. I'm going to throw that on my list of things I got to do. My next short that I do, I'm going to talk about this bottle being the most underrated. I'm going to shout you out on that and just say Reese asked this question the other day. What was the one bottle that was slept on that I, was, and I'm going to talk about how this is the one, because I never see anyone. The only other person I've seen talk about this one was Whiskey Reaper, because I know he loves this bottle. He's the only other one I've seen like hype this bottle up. No one else talks about it, and that's a mistake. Let me see. Started aging my experimental spirals this week. The Steen syrup soak. Oh yeah, Chris, you were saying that the Steen syrup soak spiral is officially in the bottle. Now it's time to sit and wait. Ooh, I can't wait, Chris. You have to let me know. We might have to do like a little sample exchange, which I have a whole bunch of samples I got to ship out. I still got to go do that. I probably should have did that today. Damn it. But I'd love to try that. That sounds great. We're heading to Mardi Gras ball tonight, so I'm going to be on the lookout. Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. Have fun at that, Cody. That'll be a good time. Be on the lookout. Mardi Gras. Yeah, Mardi Gras coming up, huh? It's the month now. I've heard that if they smell like baked bread or cookies, it's usually a good bottle. 100%, Reese. 100%. Like that's, I've been noticing that too. Like as like, I've, obviously have so many different whiskeys. You're spot on. Every time I've smelled like either a scone or like a baked good, I've never disliked the bottle, Hey, what's up, Sean? What's some of your least favorite notes in whiskey, and what are some of your favorites? Ooh, Chris, really good question too. My least favorite note, I have one, and it's black tea. Initially, I thought I liked like black tea. Let me turn down the green real quick. The green seems a little... Yeah, I like that blue. That looks good. Black tea, though, is one of my notes in whiskey that just like haven't been the biggest fan of that. You get me a black tea in there, it just doesn't sit right with my palate. So that would be my one knock on a whiskey when I taste it, is black tea for sure. What was that whiskey I had? Me and my buddy John, we drank all the bottom shelves, and we had, what was that cheap bottle? I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, Kentucky Deluxe, which I know is not technically whiskey. That thing tasted like cheese. I don't ever want to taste cheese on a whiskey, ever. And that thing, I remember like sitting there and like, it was just so gross. I was like, there's no way. There's no way this is real. So nasty. My favorite though, give me it's just your traditional, like give me some brown sugar. I do like a little bit of like that oaky wood funk on there. Raspberry and strawberry are probably my other favorite notes that I look for. Any of those dark stone fruits, some sugars, that's my favorite. Like I do like some chocolate on whiskeys. I think that's good. I'm not a big chocolate, but like give me some of those fruits. That's when I get excited. The national drink of China, they call it firewater. Is that a whiskey, Prashant? Is that a whiskey? Very sought after, because we were just talking about like in China, like if there's a Chinese whiskey that they produce, I want to get a bottle if they have some. I'd love to try it. Sorry, Bushwood is a Kentucky straight out of Bardstown, but not sure who from. Oh, so they're sourcing from Bardstown. Okay, huh? You have the Stranahan Snowflake. Excellent. Yes, it is a really, really good. Yeah, the Snowflake. Yeah, we were going over. These are the two we had sipped before, so I'll pull them up really quick. So we had the 2022 and 2024 releases. So we were sipping those earlier, getting into some of the American single malts to start. What bottle have you wanted to get that is out of stock? Well, that's another good question. Bottle that I wanted to get that has been out of stock. Actually, the Wild Turkey 70th. The recent release, the Wild Turkey 70th. I don't know why. Like, it was sitting on the shelf for, $50. I bought one of them. I bought one for Kanan. I bought one for myself. I didn't buy a backup. And now I'm like, I should have bought a backup of that. Like, it is so good. That is a phenomenal bottle for $50. So that one, I can't find it now. I'm sure if I go out and look, maybe I'll be able to find it, but I haven't seen it locally here in a while. But that one's great. That one's super good. What bottle do you get black tea on? So I get black tea. Honestly, the one that most recently that we had the other night was this one, and they call it out that this new one, the tea leaves. The other one I got black tea on was I had it at my buddy Mike's house, and our buddy Jackson brought. What was that one? Oh, it was one of the Garrison Brothers bottles. And it took, like, it was just like this hot black, like it was like if you took black tea, just threw it in your mouth. I remember it was like 100 something, it was like 120 something proof. And that thing was like scalding black tea on my palate. And I was like, there's no way. That was gross. But Garrison Brothers, remember, had this weird, funky black tea note that I just hated. Whew. I'm wanting to get any single malt. Thomas, Stranahan's, man. Stranahan's for sure. I would say pick up Stranahan's. If you can get us, like, the regular single malt's good, but I would say definitely try their, try to see if you can get a single barrel. Let me see. Been listening about, oh, shoot, we got Kanan up in here. Hey, what's up, man? I want to get American. Yeah, Stranahan's, I'd say. Or Brother Justice, Thomas. Brother Justice is also really good. That's another one that's really, really good. Kanan's got a pick coming soon. Whiskier. It's going to be coming. Been listening about 15 minutes while I deep clean this house. I need to try the Pure Kentucky. Yeah, Kanan, you got to. This is a sleeper, man. So it's like a mini purple top. I've been typing, but I've been in here. Well, I appreciate you watching, man, while you're deep cleaning the house. Yes, totally worth waiting 3 a.m. for Snowflake. Well worth it. I did the exact same with that, Joe, and then a month went by, and luckily I found it again, so I got it back up. I'm going to sit on the shelf until I'm ancient. Yeah, yep. Let that 70 sit there. Whiskier. Oh, Prashant's, yeah. Dude, yeah, Kanan, man, Whiskier, love his channel. He's actually, he is what inspired me. And, Kanan, I know you know this. Like, he told me, he's like, man, you should start a channel. You should do it. Like, And so he's biggest, inspiration into why I wanted just to start a channel and just have some fun with it, And a lot of the guys know in here, like, I'm not looking for this to be anything major, anything big. It's just to have some good whiskey, be able to live stream, do some stuff like this, have some fun. Like, I love, Kanan knows this very well. I love messing around and having fun with whiskey and, so just having fun with it, But love this community. Kanan's amazing. Whiskey or his channel. If you guys don't follow, definitely follow. He's a great dude. I think I'll try the OESO. Yeah, OESO is where it's at. If you're gonna, if you're gonna get one, Reese, rich red fruit, vanilla, brown sugar, delicate oak. That's the one. That's the one to get. Yes. So Sean, I do have. I have a few black labels. I think I have 3 or 4 black Old Forester black labels. Love them. Like. Actually, I got this one right here. Maybe we'll go that next. That's a good call out. But that's the Old Forester, yeah, single barrel. This is from the Stanley Hotel. Love those. Old Forester is one of my favorites. Al, was it you, Tamales, or Steve that said Penelope Havana had a sweet tea note? That sounds like the next bourbon note I need in my life. Ooh, I do want to try Penelope Havana. Do you have a favorite NDP? Chris, yes. Nashville Barrel Company. That's, yeah. Nashville Barrel Company, I think, is my favorite NDP. Between them and Private Label Distillery. Those would be my 2. Art of the Spirits is also... Those would be my 3. All right? I don't think I could pick. Those would be my 3. Those are all really, really good. Can't beat them. Got my noise-canceling headphones with this deep voice sending tingles through my body. What's up, baby? I could picture you with those on there. Prashant, lovely stream. Thanks for drinking with us and sharing. Yeah, Prashant, no, I appreciate you joining in, man. Just hanging out and having some pour. This is what it's all about. I mean, it's like we can all be together having a pour and, because sitting there and, having a pour by, it's just not the same, I think whiskey's all about people. And these kind of experiences right here, it's just, that's what I love. So I appreciate you tuning in and watching the stream. It would be the first Penelope I would give a try. Oh, really, Will? Okay, all right. The Havana. Steven said, hi, Jimmy. All right. Hey, Jimmy, what's up? Yes, I do have the Jack Daniel's 10 and 12. I have both of those. I have a cabinet upstairs that I have both of those in. I don't think I have them. Actually, hold on. Hold on. I think they're both upstairs. Yeah, I think they are. I don't think I have. I might have the 10 down here. But yeah, I don't know. My problem is like I eventually want to try to get a speakeasy. Part of our basement, we have like a utility storage area. I want to make that into a speakeasy so I can have all my bottles in one place. But right now they're all over the place. So I have a bunch here behind me, but I have a ton upstairs. It's a nightmare. I hate it. But I do have both of them. I like the JD 12 better than the 10 though. I do know that. They are hard to find though, Prashant. Like my local store that I shop at frequently had them. But yeah, I got both of them there. Penelope Havana is way too sweet. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I like the Rio. I did agree it was like really sweet. I'm holding on to a little bit of the Rio until I can get a sample or a bottle of Havana because I want to try them side by side. I know, Chris, that's what I was like trying to think, man. Like what other bottles am I excited for? Like Jack Daniel's 14 definitely is one of them. You know what I would love? You know what? All right, here's what I'll say. I would love to be able to try King of Kentucky this year. And you know what? When I go to Kentucky this year, I'm gonna find a bar that has it so I can get a pour of it. And I will I'll try to document it if that's the case. I'll bring my little camera here with me and that's an experience I want to have like documented on the channel. Because I love Old Forester. That's like the cream of the crop. Like when Josh let us try the President's Choice, man, that blew me away. That's in my top 5 for sure. But I need to try King of Kentucky. That would be one I'd love to get. I know that's not going to happen, but I don't hate on them, but just have others that have priors by it. Yeah, I get it, Will. I totally get it. I know what you mean. Like I went kind of crazy with the Penelope single barrels in the 9-year, which I think are great. I love them. You know, they're super good. I'll probably never try it. Yeah, Reese. So I that was one of my first bottles when I first got into whiskey. That was like I was super excited to go hunt for and try to find. I think and I know Blanton's gets a lot of hate now. I still think if you can find the right single barrel of Blanton, since they're all different. If you can find the right one, I think they're great. But there's a lot that aren't so good. But yeah, so I've had it a number of times. I have a few bottles I keep in the bar. A lot of like folks who've never had it or friends, family who want to try it, I usually keep it for them. I don't typically go to that bottle for myself, but I do think it's a really, really good introductory whiskey if you can find it for $100 or less. A lot of places now are selling it for more. But that one's good. But Chris, thanks for that question, man, on the bottles you're looking for. That's you gave me an idea there. Yeah, King of Kentucky. But yeah, Reese, if you can find Blanton's at a bar for a reasonable price, I'd say try it there and see what you think. See if you think it's if it's worth it. Whiskey's meant to be drank. I love the fact that you're drinking them rather than use it. Yeah, 100% per shot. 100%, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you. I mean, my content is just kind of fun and silly. I usually have videos, for the most part, coming out almost every day, except on the weekends. But you'll see I do some quick reviews, a lot of shorts. I do some I do some long form too and stuff. So yeah, no, I appreciate you subscribing. We do live streams. I try to, at least a week, every other week or so, get on here and yeah. Eagle Rare 12, that's a good one. Prashant, I know I'll probably never be able to get a bottle of that, but I'd love to try, especially at the higher proof too. Because I mean, Eagle Rare back in the day, was it Eagle Rare? I'm trying to remember. Eagle Rare used to be owned by, was it Wild Turkey or Jim Beam? I think it was Jim Beam. Yeah. Eagle Rare used to be, I think it was Jim Beam. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it used to be owned by Jim Beam as a way to like come after Wild Turkey, if I recall correctly. And I know since Sazerac had, and Buffalo Trace had picked up the brand, they've made it into what it is now. Now you get these, 12 years and, so I'm excited to see. But it used to be 101 proof. And I wish it still was that, Was it Seagram's, Kanan? Maybe that's what it was, Seagram's. I know it wasn't owned before by Buffalo Trace. I can't remember who, but it was a way to combat with, I think, turkey. To get a bird on there, I mean, it's just a classic whiskey, Eagle Rare, it just sounds cool. Bro, my phone swiped up in my pocket, went to Reaper Stream, caught me way off guard. I was like, that ain't Joe's size. Oh yeah, Reaper goes live, man. He goes live every single day right around this time. What's 5, 6, 7 out his time in Miami? Yeah, he's always pouring up, and he's always cooking something. That's hilarious. Blanton's $18 a pour. Yeah, if you're just Reese, if you're still in here, what Prashant said, if you can get it for $18 a pour, I'd say do that first. Give it a try. See what you think. $18 a pour is I think reasonable to at least try it first. That way you don't have to drop the, potentially $70 to $100 on it. I do that all the time before. If I know like there's a few good whiskey bars here we have in Colorado, I will go there first if I know whiskey has come out and see if they have it and try it first before I really go after hunting it. Louisiana's whiskey scene is doing pretty solid right now between Malt, Distillery Acadian, and 73 Distilling, plus Crittenden and K. Luke steadily coming into the States. A big plus. Yeah, Chris. Totally agree. You guys are getting and that's where Kane and I have talked about this, like the selection you guys have in Louisiana, and I'm sure the allocations will, become more rampant and stuff, as the whiskey scene continues to grow out there. But the local scene that you guys have and what's coming up, I mean, you have monsters out there. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, it's been cool seeing that here in Colorado with private label, Art of the Spirits, Laws, Stranahan's, having that and that partnership and all that, I think across the board, and how they partner with all the local stores and the events. And I mean, because there's, Kanan told me, we went to some of them, there's always something happening at every single week. There's an event. There's, almost every night, damn near. And then you have all those local distilleries that you can go to. You can have a pour and try their stuff. They usually will be, it's just so cool that, just that community. Definitely going to focus on those this year. Yeah, Chris, that's a good way to look at it. Focus on those. Don't you have the Reaper impression in your pocket, whiskier? Dude, if anyone could do a Reaper impression, it'd be Kanan, for sure. That Seagram's Eagle Rare, did I just say Eagle Rare? Eagle Rare is a wild profile. Only got to try it once. So it is Seagram's. Okay. Dang. But man, was it, Chris, what was it? Was it dusty? Was it was it just off or what? I loved it. That'd be crazy to try. Eagle Rare 101 didn't taste anything like the new bottle. I'm sure, man. Yeah. So it's just the brand and the label. I have an old box. I don't have a bottle of the old Eagle Rare bottle, but I have an old box with that it came in. I keep all my samples in there. I found it in an antique store for $10, and I was like, I got to pick one of those up. Eagle Rare 101. I'll whip that impression out if we end up doing it. Yeah. Kanan, and I'm hoping you go live tonight, man. Also doing nothing like Louisiana. I was just telling the folks that were in here, I was like, I think Kanan's going live. So I was like, we'll do an early live tonight and get in here. I want to tune in for that, baby. Yeah. Yeah, the Acadiana area, Kanan, yeah. The whole area out there, man. Loved it. The food's amazing. I still have dreams about when I was down there with Kanan, we went to, my family and I, we went to Cajun's table. Kanan took us there, and Kanan and I took down, I think, 3 or 4 plates. We got all you can eat shrimp. And man, we just sat there and we're just taking it down. I think we did a live that night too. That was one of those, that was a good night. All the, all the shrimp we ate, and man, it was good. Okay, cool, Kate. I hope so, man. I hope so. Even if it's a short one. Even if it's short. Even if it's just you, man. Do it, Kanan. Felt, yeah. Yeah, Will and I were talking. We want you, yeah. Well, you got to do one, man. What's good, Joe? Just grabbed a Penelope weeded. Pumped to give it. Oh yeah, Lee. Let me know what you think. For $40, I think it's a great entry level weeder. You can't pass on it. I think it's good. It didn't blow me away. I know we talked about it when I reviewed it live. It didn't blow me away, but I mean, for $40, I get what they're doing. Like, if I were to go back and first try that, like, man. And great live. Awesome. Thanks, Kanan. Appreciate you tuning in, man. The chocolate isn't. Give me a few on that. Yeah, all right, let me get into the Old Forester now. So this is the Warehouse G, floor 7, 100 proof Old Forester. Give me a few on that. Okay, let's go into this one. Let's see what we get on here. We'll talk about the nose and the palate. What's the max you would pay on secondary for Blanton straight from the barrel? Ooh. So here's my hot take. For Blanton straight from the barrel, I've got to try 4 different bottles, single barrels of straight from the barrel. There was only one that I liked. And there was this weird, and I honestly, there was this weird tannic note that I got on there. So like the oak tannins, from the wood. I don't know what it was. I'm like, as we've talked about, everyone's palate's different. So like, Kanan loves them, and we traded I got one over the summer. We traded. He gave me a Blanton's Gold, which I liked a little more, and an Elmer for my straight from the barrel that I picked up. Which I was like, hell yeah, I'll do that trade. And we did try them before, so I got to try it. But there was this weird tannic note on it, and like that kind of changed my whole. Like, now that I've had 4 of them, I just don't know if it's like it could just be me. Like, I don't get that on any of the other Blanton's expressions, like the Special Reserve or regular Blantons. But for whatever reason, like I just get like that weird tannic note. So for me, the most I would pay secondary would probably be 200, to be honest. 200 max if I really wanted one. And to be honest, I'd probably try to find one that's lower proof, like probably in the 120s. I don't know if I'd go much higher, because I've had a 128, I've had a 130. Kanan's, I think that we got was 124. I think I had a 121. I think the 121 that I had was the one I really liked. So that would be my hot tip. But that'd probably be what about you? What would be the most you'd pay for Blanton straight from the barrel? I mean, I get why like a lot of people love it, so I can't knock it, but just for whatever reason with my palate, I don't know what that is. It's the only bottle from Buffalo Trace that does that. Stag does too, though. I do with Stag, sometimes I get this weird like tannic note hit, and it's my genetics, whatever it is, like something's off. But it just doesn't hit right for me. Let me see. What's your favorite profile from Buffalo Trace? Ooh, my favorite profile from Buffalo Trace? The red fruits, for sure, Chris. That's a good question. Like, I think one thing that I think Buffalo Trace does so good, and I think it's probably the yeast, whatever yeast they're using, because I know like Old Forester, the yeast that they use is what gives you that banana kind of note and flavor. Jack Daniel's has some of that too. So whatever yeast I think that they're using, and obviously the aging and the cooperages and the barrels they're using, I think has that. But I do like how consistent Buffalo Trace is on pulling their red fruits in, from Stag, Eagle Rare, Weller, Blanton's. Even though they're all different mash bills, for whatever reason you get that red fruit on so many of their bottles. E.H. Taylor, another one. Which I do have an E.H. Taylor up there. Maybe I'll try that next. But I do love that. Oh yeah, no problem. Happy to. I love the questions. So you guys have asked some really good questions on different stuff, and I don't always have the answers, and I definitely am not I have a lot of bottles and stuff, but I'm still learning every day, with new whiskeys, trying new stuff, Have you tried the New Riff Balboa Rye? I got one from a bar Ralph, and the guy said it was from 2019. Lee, I have tried that. I tried it actually when it first was released. I think I had it in 2020 though at my friend's house, and I thought it was phenomenal. I love the New Riff stuff, their ryes, their bourbons. That one was the best expression I had from New Riff at the time. Now I think the New Riff malted sherry cask finish is my favorite, but that was one of my number ones from New Riff. I do love what New Riff is doing. And you know what? Going back to the whole black tea note, there was one single barrel of New Riff that I had going. I know we talked about that earlier, but there was one New Riff black tea note that I got on a single barrel that I did not like. And that was the only single barrel that I was like, whoa, this is funky. But yeah. Have you ever tried distilling on your own? No, Reese, I haven't, man. Like it would be fun to do. I nerd out over it. Like when I go, like I love going to distilleries. I love like going out and like seeing the process. Like I nerd out. Like I have, like I'll show you guys. So when I'm not like doing this stuff or streaming and, you know, life and anything else, when I get my downtime, like it's ridiculous. But I will go through, this is from Fred Minnick. This is, you know, one of his books. I read about all the history. So this is Dead Distillers. This is all about like old distillers, the mash bills, everything they had done. This is just like one of those books you get at Barnes & Noble where it's just, you know, hundreds of pages of like history and, you know, different, you know, dusties and things that they have done. So I nerd out on this stuff, and I have so many more books upstairs, but these are the ones I've been actively reading as of late. So I keep these on my desk because I love just to read about it. I probably would enjoy making my own because with the yeast and like the cooperages, I mean, everything you do from the corn, I mean, everything impacts how you char the barrel, impacts how the whiskey is. But yeah, like as my palate has grown and stuff, and as I've explored different things, I've kind of found what I really enjoy and what I don't. It would be fun to get into distilling, you know. That's a good, I've never been asked that question, Reese. That would be fun, you know. I've never thought about doing it, but I know Al, I'd love to maybe come down and you can show me some of your ways, you know. Beat Sam Bourbon, man, I've been subscribed to you for so long. Oh man, it kind of feels weird. I've been watching your channel. I mean, it's probably been at least the last 2 years, maybe. 2 years. I appreciate you subbing, man. This, you know, obviously I'm just starting out and getting into this whole thing, but like, this is the like Bad Axe Bourbon, like, it's been kind of fun, like getting to talk to, you know, some of the folks. And so I appreciate that, man. I feel kind of like I'm kind of fanning out right now. I've been watching your channel for a long time. So I watch your lives and I've commented a few times. So I appreciate you subbing. Thank you. Let me see. Hold on. I think I missed some. Taylors are my favorite. Yeah, I agree, Chris. I love the E.H. Taylor stuff. Good to know. Harder to find. New Riff single barrels at 115 proof are the best. Okay. Welcome Beach. I fully agree, but in my opinion, the picks over 115 have been much better than the 2 non-pick single barrels I've tried. Oh, interesting. Is it true or a myth that mixing Weller 12 and Weller Antique 107 in a 40-60 or some such ratio is an alternative for Pappy? So I've tried Pappy 15 before. I've had Pappy 15, the Van Winkle 10, and the Old Rip. I haven't had anything past the 15, but Kane and I did do a blend of Weller 12 and 107. I might do it again and let them like put it in a sample bottle and let them age for a little longer. Maybe like we did it just live. And I did not think it tasted like Pappy 15. Not even close. But I know some people think that. Maybe I'll do that though for a future video. Maybe I'll, for a short, I'll really put it to the test and let it sit for like a week or two. Philip from Distillery Acadian has told me like it only takes like, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours for the whiskeys to like start to mingle together, you know. So I'd love to try that. Let's see. Cheers, Beat Sam Bourbon. Thank you for the sub. If you have any questions, I appreciate that, Beat Sam Bourbon, man. I will definitely reach out. I really appreciate that. Do you have an Instagram, Beat Sam? If you do, I'm gonna follow you on there and I can shoot you some messages too. I'm like fanning out right now, man. We got Beat Sam subscribing, man. That's cool. I just was watching your video last night. Oh, it's too funny. I love it. It is a great community. This whole community though is the best. I love it. That's partly why like all you guys like between whiskey or everyone like got me into like thinking like, hey, you know what? Like I'm gonna have some fun with it. I have so many bottles. I'd love to just, you know, at least be able to go live, make some fun content, but go live and be able to chat with everyone. You can call it Joe's Unfiltered 101. I like that, Reese. I love that. That'd be fun. 101 proof, make my own whiskey. Maybe that's in my future. Maybe we'll give that a shot. I'll go to Al's house and have him show me his setup. Some of my folks are going out of country and hoping they can snag me. Oh yeah, the rare bird on their way back. Oh man, I've heard stories about that one. I would say the only New Riff single barrel pick I tried last year would have been at least top 10 for me in 2024. Wow. Yeah, I mean, New Riff, they're doing some great things, man. Like their stuff is good. And they're expanding. Like they're going to be, I think we're going to see even more distribution, more high-age stuff. I think it's just going to get better from here. For some reason, I had a feeling that you had done a blend or two, and I was, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've done some blends. I did a Wild Turkey Whiskey Wicked on Instagram. He's up in Wyoming. He had hit me up, and he was like, dude, you got to try a blend of 60% Wild Turkey Rare Breed and 40% Russell's 10. And I did that, and that was like boogeyman type whiskey. I couldn't believe how good that blend was. That was crazy good. Beats it. Yeah, man, it is so much fun. Like, you know, just this whole community. Bigger hunt videos soon got some new, oh, I can't wait. Yeah, beats it. I'm actually shooting what we like, why I did it so early is I picked up, it's the DJI camera. I picked one of those up because I don't know if I'll ever go out and do like bourbon hunting. I don't do a lot of hunting too much anymore because I have so many bottles. But I want to do some stuff like if I'm hiking or out and about or like at a whiskey event, be able to take this with me, have something portable because I have like a regular camera. Shot this stream rocks. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. 16 likes. Dang. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've had, I wasn't sure. I thought it was going to be like a really quiet, you know, I was not expecting to stream this long because I thought it was, you know, it's like, hey, it's still kind of early and, you know, but yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in and liking the stream. I can't wait for that though, Beach Sand. It's going to be a real good time. Some hunts and stuff, yeah. Yeah, the whole community though, from, you know, Beach Sand, Bad Axe, Panda, RJ the Fed. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? RJ the Fed. Gosh, why am I drawing a blank on his name? I can let it. Oh, Major Zero. Major Zero. Like, yeah, that whole Major Zero followed me. Yeah, like that. It was so cool. Like, it just kind of surreal because I've been watching you guys for years, you know, like it's been, you know, it's just to have watched and like I've watched a lot of like reviews and everything. That's what's influenced like what things I've bought. Because when I first got into whiskey, I was like buying any and everything. And I had so many bottles that I wish I wouldn't have bought. I'm looking forward to do some distillery tours when I get out. Yeah, see, exactly. That's why I got this new camera. I was like, I want to do some distillery tours and got the microphone now. It's all hooked up. Yeah, it's a good time. I love doing distillery tours though, and that's what Reese, back to your thing. Like I love going out and just touring distilleries and seeing like their processes and reading all about it. And yeah, it's super cool. You guys do must be. Yeah. Yeah, Reese, it's a good community, man. Yeah, appreciate you tuning in. I'm like, yeah, really good community. Like all the guys I've met through whiskey or through like YouTube and whiskey have been just amazing. Like, you know, guys who would just go to bat for you with anything, help you out, you know, like it's seriously one of the best communities, you know. I've got to do so many cool things because of YouTube and whiskey, you know. So many of those experiences and moments that I never thought I would get, you know. I haven't even drank my Old Forester yet. Let me, Reese, let me go on for this one because you were asking about it. Let me talk about this one. But yeah, great community. You can't beat it. Okay, so on this one, I get like a cherry and banana, like a cherry cordial and like bananas. Some brown sugars. There's a little bit of plum in there. Yep, right there. Bourbon drop. Yep. Major Zero, RJ the Fed, Bad Axe, Bobby. Yep. Yeah, all great guys helped me along the way. Plus, yeah, 100% Beach Sand, 100%. Like, those are the guys, man. Like, I've been subbed and followed for a long time. And before, it was so funny because I was always that, like, I just watch from the shadows, you know. And there's so many people that do that, you know, they just never comment or jump out. But I was like, you know what? Like, I want to start getting into this and start commenting more, chiming in. And so I've been doing that obviously since I've started, and, you know, just the connecting and networking with everyone. It's been fun doing the whole channel. All right, let me go on the palate on this one. Oh yeah. It does drink hotter than 100 proof. Very sweet, a lot of banana, some cherry. Whatever I was smelling on the nose came through on the palate. Super well balanced though. Like, the finish is nuts. It's like mouth-watering good. That cherry cordial note on the palate though is delicious. I don't always pick up cherry. I get a lot of banana usually on Old Forester, but the cherry on this is really coming through right now. Super, super good. Let me see. What's the longest you've camped out for a bottle? And this is a question for everyone. Oh yeah, what's the longest anyone's camped out for a bottle? That's a really good question. I want everyone to answer that one. For me, the longest would be when I got the Snowflake releases. So 3 a.m. and they allowed us to purchase them at 9 a.m. That would be the longest I've ever camped out. Otherwise, when I've gone to like liquor stores, probably the longest is like 5 hours. I've never stayed overnight. I've never done that. I almost did one time. I was like, but probably about 5 hours. You know, and it's usually, I'm usually like middle or back of the line, and I'll grab something, nothing crazy, you know. Yeah, Beach Sand, exactly. Never camp out for a bottle. It's like, I like my sleep, you know. Like, I'll get there early, you know, 6 a.m., but there's too much going. There's so much to do, and I have so much whiskey, you know, especially now. Early on, though, I'd camp out more. I'd go out and, like, you know, for a few hours. Yeah, well, exactly. 5 to 6 hours, I think, is best. Beach, now you got to put some channels on blast. Yeah, what channels do you not? Yeah. See the stuff on President's Choice Rye. Chris, what is that? President's Choice Rye? Huh. You got me curious on that. I haven't seen anything on that. I'm going to Google it after this ends, yeah. I've camped out once, 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, Chris, that's all night, yeah. I almost did once. I chickened out because it was too cold, yeah. See, out here in Colorado, too, unless it's like doing it in the summer, it still gets kind of chilly in the summer, though, in the evenings, though. Like, it gets hard. But yeah, I just, you know, when we went to Snowflake this year, it was so stupid. I don't know why we did this, but like me, Kanan, Josh, Philip, we were down here drinking at the table and just, you know, having some pours and stuff. And we went to bed at midnight, knowing we had to be up by 3 a.m. So we got like 2 hours of sleep. I had to go wake all the guys up. And I was sitting there, I was like, why did we even drink before? We should all went to bed at 9. Like, why did we play ourselves? They all crashed here at my place. You know, oh, stupid. Are there any bottles that you wish you never bought? Yeah, there's a bunch, actually. Like, I have a ton that I need to actually go through and probably either make an infinity bottle or give away to my buddies. But I would say the two that, like, the last one, like, I'm very cautious on what I buy now. I like to try things before I buy them. But the last two I bought was the Smoke Wagon Bottled and Bond Rye and the Smoke Wagon Malted Rye. I thought the bottles were pretty. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy those. Nah, those were not good. That was like earthy. It just was like very like herbs, and it was funky. Ooh, was not good. So those two, Kanan took one of them. I still have, I think, the Bottle and Bond upstairs. But it was not, those are not good. Those are bottles I wish I wouldn't have bought. But consistently, like stuff, I'm trying to think of like a regular shelfer that like I've not been a big fan of. I would say George Dickel. That sounds bad, but I know some people like Dickel, but I've never bought there's one, the Dickel that short I did with when I mix it with pickle. That was the only bottle of Dickel that I actually kind of enjoyed. It was a 12-year-old single barrel. But I get a lot of minerals on Dickel. So I did have some Dickel bottles in the past that I just was not a fan of. My buddy took all those from me. I just wasn't into those. That's a good question though, Prashant. I get that. A really good question. A label for President's Choice Rye has been approved apparently. Interesting. Huh. I'll go look for that. Man, there's all these labels popping out. Penelope's got theirs coming out. Jack Daniels. Lee, 4:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. for me in South Dakota in middle of December. Oh my, 4:30 to 11 a.m. Middle of December. Got an E.H. Taylor. So maybe not all that worth it. Oh yeah. But if that was like a barrel proof, like, I still... E.H. Taylor single barrel gets a lot of knock. I know Bad Axe was actually just talking about that recently. He was talking about like, I saw his short where he talked about small batch versus single barrel. He likes small batch better. I may need to do that, run it back and see if I notice any difference or if I like small batch better. Thomas waited in the cold for 3 hours on Black Friday for 2 bottles of Old Forester single barrel proof rye, $79 each, and was sick for 2 weeks. Oh man, Old Forester single barrel, but $79 each. I mean that's not bad. I mean that's a great price, Don't ever buy Balcones Brimstone liquid smoke. I tried giving. I don't like. I've had one Balcones who was talking about this the other day. I did not like it at all. And I kind of knocked them. But I've heard things like people just don't like it, and something like that too. Not my thing. Thomas loved the Brimstone. Oh, man. Wasn't even for anything that great, honestly. Just a couple picks and got some Taylor. But I was there mainly just to see what it was all about experience-wise. Yeah. Our son just moved back home from Waterstown, South Dakota. Oh, that's cool. Oh man, we're almost coming up on 2 hours. All right, Lee. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a good time at the Mardi Gras party. I know you mentioned that earlier. So enjoy the movie. Chase, what's up, baby? Chase, we figured it out. We got it working. All right, and Chase, you're joining. I think we're gonna probably. I'm gonna do one more. I'll do one more, and then we'll probably wrap up because I didn't even realize like we've already been. I was expecting to like test this out. I didn't think anyone was going to join. I was like, oh, we'll do it for 30 minutes to an hour. Here we are at almost 2 hours now, which is crazy. Okay, let me ask. Do you guys want me to go highly allocated or something that's hard to get, or do you want me to go for something more obscure, something more craft and different? I'll let you guys choose the range at which you want me to go. Oh, Chase, when it came back up, dang, yeah. It probably just because when 3 different times I was trying to get the stream up, and it was all jacked up, man. I couldn't, but this one finally worked. I couldn't figure out the new camera, but I got it. I think I got the whole system down now. Let me see. I had a Longhorn liquor pick, Balcones port finish with high recommendation. I wanted to pour it out, so I haven't even reconsidered for a different bottle. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Texas juice. Yeah, Thomas. My favorite is definitely Still Austin. When they were really young, when their juice was, I think, like, what was it? Did they have like 2-year-old? Like my neighbor had got a bottle, and I just wasn't a fan of it. It was okay. It wasn't bad. But now, as their stuff has aged, I'm a huge fan. I love what they're doing. They were in the last couple of years have been killing it. I appreciate you jumping back in here though, Chase. You are all good. Balcones. I think Kanan's gonna go live tonight too, so we'll be able to tune into him hopefully here in a little bit after. Balcones does malt well for me, but I'm not a big fan of their bourbons. The baby blue is nearly a drain pour. Ooh, yeah. I mean, I'll give them a chance. I probably get some samples of it, but I don't think I'd go out of my way to buy a bottle, you know. I love Garrison Bros and Still Austin and Rebecca Creek. Rebecca Creek's a really good one. Yeah, I always sleep on Rebecca Creek, but they are killing it. That'd be my other distillery I'd agree with. Garrison Bros, I'm hit or miss on Garrison Bros. I haven't had one that's really wowed me yet, but I did hear that. Was it the Garrison Brothers? Was it the Bluebird? Did we talk about it? I thought I saw someone say that Bluebird. Does 100% malted rye count as a single malt? Ooh, Chase, that's a good question. I feel like it should, but I mean, that gets tough, man, because like I know for single malt it's always like a malted barley. I don't see why it wouldn't count as a single malt. I mean, it's 100% malted rye. Oh, you got me thinking now. I don't think I've read anything on all my stupid books too about Baby Blue. That's right, Chris. Malted rye. Chase, that's a good question, man. I might have to go look and see. I'll get back. Let's do some research on that. Let's see. What's the most vintage? Oh, so Reese, the most vintage I have. So I do in my spare time, I love to go collect old decanters. I've been lucky enough, and even my family's been lucky enough to find full decanters. The oldest vintage I've had was a 1960s Stitzel-Weller distillate. Kanan and I and Nate did a video on it. It's going to come out on Whiskeyer's channel, but it's this old decanter. Let me grab it really quick so I can show you guys. It is this one right here. Found it at an antique store. Look how badass that is. So it was just this tiny little decanter. It was like 30 or 40 bucks at an antique store. It's a half pint. It was an 80 proof whiskey distilled in Kentucky. And all the research we had done, let me flip it over so you guys can see the back. All the research that we had done, this W.A. Lacey bottling company that created these decanters primarily was sourcing from Stitzel-Weller. So Stitzel-Weller, obviously, I mean, they made Old Fitzgerald. Obviously, Weller was there. So this is going back in time quite a bit. But yeah, this juice, supposedly, at least on the research I could find about this decanter, I'll show you look how nasty look at that cork. It was like sealed, like airtight. When you watch the video, it like this little cork like popped out. But the alcohol had just eaten away at it. It was surprisingly clear. Oh, it smells like maple syrup too. I don't think there's anything left in here. Yeah, it's all, and we got it all into sample bottles. We've kept it. I have a sample of it still, but this was incredible. It was nuts. So good. Let me see. I know I missed a whole bunch of chats here. Let me see. What's up, Alan? Baby Blue, Dave Vogel. Dave's another really good dude. Sent me some cowboy bourbon and it was so delicious. Yeah, I do want to try that. I'll never I may hate some things, but I'm never open to get because every distillery is growing, they're changing, they're trying new things. I never can say there's bottles I have not liked, but I will always be willing to try something that could maybe sway me. Never had the cowboy bourbon. I know the cowboy bourbon's the really expensive bottle too, or they're most, allocated in a sense. Balmoria is a dang good to me too. Still Austin stuff doesn't taste like many Texas whiskey products. Very tasty. Yeah, 100% Thomas, it doesn't. It's very off profile from what you expect from that Texas heat is different. It's nuts. I like Garrison a lot. I'm debating on taking a trip to go get their cast strength single barrel Balmera that they're dropping soon. Thomas, Nancy Flame doing great blends. Yeah, 100% Beach. Yeah. Reason I asked, I've recently acquired 2 different bottles of 100% malted rye, and I think they're both great. One has some malt influence, The other you would never know. Huh. Interesting. Dude, Alan, I get to be the passenger princess. I went to eat at Bourbon Brothers Tavern. They had some decent... I was just at Bourbon Brothers 2 weekends ago. Wait, last weekend? Maybe 2 weekends ago? I was just there. Good food, good pours. I mean, you can't beat it. My in-laws live up north, so we went there. The food was great. The wings, we got wings. They were super good. We got like the fried pickles, but they had some really good pours there. Good selection, good prices, you know. Isn't that cool, man? Yeah. So I got a whole series I'm gonna start doing on my shorts, like where I start talking more about. I collect old decanters, and I have tons of them. Like we go antiquing at least 2-3 times a month. All right, Chris, thanks for tuning in, man. Gotta head out. Appreciate you watching. Have a great evening, dinner time with the fam. Cheers, Will. We'll see you. Thanks for tuning in, Will. Appreciate you guys. All right, I'm gonna do one more pour. Do you guys want me to go allocated, highly allocated, or something more obscure? Maybe something smaller. You guys tell me. And I'll grab it. That'll be our last pour for the evening. Let me see. Garrison Brother is just so expensive. Yeah, 100%. The newest distillery that is doing great things is Limestone Farms, aka their private stock. Oh, I haven't had that, Beach. Oh, man. I'd love to try that. Their private stock. Alan, so we had the snowflakes earlier. We went through, it started as a single malt Saturday, and then we kind of went into suburban naturally because I have more of that, you know. Maybe let's do, you know what? Let me do this. Because of Distillery Acadian, I'm rocking the shirt, and because he just got the 2 barrels that Bruzel purchased from him. He had hooked me up with some of the experimental stuff when he came out. So because of Bruzel, maybe we do that. Should we do that? Should we go Distillery Acadian, some of his experimental? I got double oaked from Cajun Scud. Not coming out yet, but he gave me some samples of some double oaked Cajun Scud. We'll see you, Will. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a good weekend. Oh, Chase, do I have that down here? I do like that 122 Chase. And Al, you're gonna have to try this this Cajun's Cut double oaked. I got 350s of these. You're gonna have to taste it. Or no, I have pints of them. Pints, sorry. All right, we'll do that. Let's go Distillery Acadian. Let me grab the double oak. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, so I have 3. This is the stuff I love. So when he came here in December, I have a 53-gallon double oaked from Cajun's Cut. Look at the color on that thing too. So 53-gallon. Prashant. Yeah, so we're in like the southern kind of metro area of Denver. So we're like 30-40 minutes away from like the Denver area. This is a 53-gallon, another one that he hooked me up with, and this is a 15-gallon. This was not double oak. This is just a single barrel that he really liked. So let's do one of the double oaks. I'm gonna go with. Let's go with the 114.2 proof. We'll wrap on this one. We got the shirt we're representing. Huge for, Distillery Acadian and Philip, and, getting obviously, Philip said they went through, I think they purchased a bunch of barrels right there. 2 of the single malt Bonvale from Distillery Acadian. All right. The unreleased double oaked from Cajun's Cut right here. Oh, man. So Chase, this one, and Al, you know this too. This one is like 122 and 124 on crack. The double oaked in a 53 gallon, man, this one's got me feeling some type of way. So good. Spillway here, and Brandon was with him on that pick. Yep, they pick barrels as well. Will be available with the several other barrel picks dropping first Saturday in April. Yeah, and Chase, man, I was talking about it earlier. I want to try to be there for that because Philip was like, "Hey, you think you can come out?" Like, it's right before I go do some picks in Kentucky that same week. I'm gonna see if I can make the calendar work, but I would love to be there at the Spillway event. That'd be so much fun. Will said, I'm back in, waiting on the girls' final getting ready touches, even though sample balls got me feeling... Oh, dude, Will, that's weird that you said that. And I just said... I didn't even see that yet. Yeah, this has got me feeling some type of way. Oh, doesn't even smell like... It smells so off-profile from Cajun's Cut. I think it's just that double oaked. Those are some dark barrel samples. Yeah. Yeah, I know. As soon as you start getting double oak, look at that color on there. Oh, it's crazy dark. I mean, there's definitely some darker ones, but I mean, these are always fun, you know, as you start getting into. Let me see if I can hold this up. Yeah, it's got a nice color on it. That's really nice. Oh, what's up, Logan? We got the early stream going. All right, Reese, I got you on the notes, man. Okay, so on the nose on this one, a lot of sweet grain. I usually get that on Cajun's Cut. You get that sweet kind of corn, that grain note on there. Brown sugar. Almost like a, what is that? It sounds weird, but like a kiwi. Like a little, sounds, I don't think I've ever smelled kiwi on a whiskey until this one. Yeah. Definitely like a kiwi note on there. Oak. I mean, you definitely smell the double oaked on there. I know, Logan, you see this, man? We got beach sand in here. I was fanning out. Oh, super cool. Oh, yeah, so Chase, you're right down the road from Spillway. Man, if I can make it out there, I'd love to get together. We can swap some samples or something. That would be a blast, man. That'd be super cool. Let me see. Okay. Tyler, I do not speak Spanish. I cannot read that. If anyone can speak Spanish, let me know. But if that's something bad, hide it. Chase, have you met TJ from Bruzel? He helped. That's super cool. Beach Sand Bourbon that he helped. That's cool. If you and anyone else commits to coming soon enough, I may can assist in the VR. Dude, Chase, that'd be fun, man. That'd be super fun. Oh, man. 124.2 proof. Or 114.2 proof. On the palate, it's so sweet. You get a kick of like... the one thing with Cajun's Cut, I'm sure, you know, Chase, you probably know this well, Al. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, no, I don't. Oh, this is French. I thought that was Spanish. What an idiot. I'm so stupid. So this is down in Louisiana, Distillery Acadian. So fell in love with Louisiana. First time going out there in October. But I don't know. It was like a culture shock for me going down to Louisiana because I didn't realize how big the French influence was down there. Had no idea. But yeah, so I've been getting into the Louisiana culture, learning more. But you hit me with that, and I got nothing. I can't. I'm not gonna front. I can't lie. But I do love the culture down there, the food, the whiskey. I love everything about it. So, God, look at me. I was all reading that. I'm like, yo, is that French? Is that Spanish? But I should have saw that you said the Acadian in there. That's too funny. Tyler, are you from Louisiana? So on the palate on this one, It's very bold. You get some heat on there. But super sweet. It kind of tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like that very sweet and sugary kind of flavor. You get a lot of that. Definitely some spice in there. You can taste some of that bold spice. But for the double oaked on this, like that sweet brown sugar, kind of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that's what I get a lot of on this one. There's no kiwi on the palate, Reese. I just get it on the nose. Oh, Tyler, if you're from Canada, okay, so you know them very well, the French influence. Okay, that's super cool. Well, we got Canada representing. Welcome, man. Appreciate you jumping in. Grew up in Houston, went to New Orleans a lot. Great people. Yeah, beach, 100%, man. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in Louisiana. And the French influence and like the food was incredible. Like I probably gained at least like 10 pounds going down there. Like I just loved everything about Louisiana. Let me see. I'm Acadian from Canada. That's super cool though, Tyler. I love that. Acadian from Canada. That's awesome. So Tyler, you probably know then like the food and stuff, that influence is crazy. It's so good. I haven't met him. I've been out of town the last 2 years of the Spillway Bourbon drop in April, and that's very odd because I'm not out of town much. Bruzel's given many small liquor stores a lot of exposure and also many small. Yeah, 100%, Thomas. Hey, we got, oh my gosh, look at this. Philip, we're on our last pour. We've been representing, obviously hyped up about the news from Bruzel and his posts and everything about the picks. And with that, we're actually wrapping up on our last pour, but I'm going over the Cajun's cut. We're sipping the double oaked. I know you're still working on it and stuff, but I was like, I got to revisit it. Represent for your whiskey. So good. It on the nose, Philip, though, I was telling everyone, I get some kiwi, which is an interesting note. And then on the palate, I get like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It is so complex, rich, bold. Having gone back to this and revisiting it, like I can't wait for when this is ready. I can't wait. I got to get a case of this. It's so good. Distillery Acadian is in my top 5 distillers. Yeah, Chase, 100%, man. What they're doing. Philip, this was barrel number CC003. MCC003. 114.2 proof, 53-gallon double oaked. Super good. This is a great guy. Yeah. I don't know, Philip, I appreciate you jumping in, man. We got another legend in here. We got Beach Sand in here. We got so many great people in here. We got Philip, Al, Thomas, Chase. Reese has been in here asking some great questions. It's been a good live. We got 20 likes. Oh my God. Appreciate y'all. I can't wait for some new stuff from Distillery. Oh, dude. Chase, some of the stuff that Philip is working on, man, great stuff. Love their whiskey. We got the pull from some of the stuff they had. Ooh, Philip, that barrel is dropping April 5th in Brandon, Mississippi. Let's go. Oh, I'm going to hold on to this then. I might have to get a bottle of when that drops, Philip. By that time, I might have to get a bottle. So we might have to work something out. Maybe I'll be down there. We were talking. I know I've been telling everyone because we're doing the picks in Kentucky that same week. So if I can make it work where I can fly out of Louisiana to Kentucky, I'm going to try to make that happen because I'd love to be at the Spillway event. We've been talking about the whole Spillway event. But now we know. So Chase, if you're going to be there, this sample, if this bottle's there, like Philip's saying, man, this is a monster. A little kiwi on the nose, Cinnamon Toast Crunch on the palate. Delicious. So good. That's one of the best ones we've had tonight. Tasty. All right, y'all. Well, I think with that, we got 22 likes now. Man, it's the problem. We go live. It's like, we got more people jumping in, and It's been a good live though. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Everyone who subbed, thank you. Prashant, I don't know if you're still in here. Reese, we got some new folks who've joined in. Thank you for all the questions. And Beat Sam Bourbon, thank you for subbing, man. Wish I would have known sooner. I'll have to drop your channel in a future video. I appreciate that, Beat Sam. That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing, I'm all about just collaborating, and it's a great community. Just having fun with it. This is what it's all about. So it's doing this kind of stuff has been a blast. But thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, but this is 24. What's happening? We got 24 likes. We got sub. I see it all popping up. Reese, thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to go live at least once a week, maybe more sometimes. But yeah, this has been great. So I appreciate you guys all subbing and stuff, and we'll see you in the future lives and stuff. And it's been a good time. So, all right, guys, well, have a great weekend. Before I end it though, Philip Distiller need to make a shirt with Philip Acadian as a badass looking French king making a toast. Ooh, we could probably get AI to do that. Hit that hit that the bell for notifications. Yes, thank you, Beat Sam. That's right. I know I'm still trying to I'm new to all that. Hit the like button, hit all that stuff. Hit subscribe. I always forget to say that stuff, but no, I appreciate everyone who subbed, all the questions, all the comments. Like Reese, you've asked some great questions tonight. Like that was fun going through that stuff. So have a great weekend. Thank you for hold on. I just found you scrolling. I'll be back. Stanley. Oh, I didn't miss you. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We'll see you in the next one, man. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you on the next live. If you're watching the Super Bowl, have fun watching that tomorrow, and then we'll catch you in the next one, guys. See ya. Cheers.